Hello, good morning everybody and welcome along to day 2 of the 2025 Track National Championships. Soon to get underway in about 3 minutes time. First events up this morning are the junior and the 15 boys and under 15 girls sprint qualifying. So the qualifying of the men's elite individual pursuit, and that'll be followed by one of the men's elite period. So busy program again this morning.
Hi everyone, welcome back to day 2 of the Track National Championships here at Invercargill.
We're still fast.
Session 3, about to get underway in a couple of minutes.
2014, so that's quite warm.
Session 3 is going to start off with, it's telling me the women's junior sprint qualifying, followed by the men's junior sprint qualifying. Some IPs, some Karen's thrown in today. Scratch racing, points qualifying, under 15 time trials later in the session. Going to be a great day. Nice and warm in the velodrome, a little bit wet outside today in Invercargill. Nothing much in that. And great to see everyone here again. Been a whole lot of track racing going on this summer. Carnivals in Canterbury, wheel races in Wanganui, and a whole lot of fun. So plenty going on, whether it's here or in Australia. Should be going in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, sit tight. We'll get up and running as soon as we can.
Sprint qualifying. Michaela McDonald, first rider up onto the track. Representing Track Cycling Nelson. Michaela will come through this time with 2 laps to go. Trying to set fastest time. The time is taken over the final 200 metres. So Michaela starting to lift it up now, coming in this time to the bell lap. Winding nicely and diving now at the 200 metre where the time starts. You'll see the time on the scoreboard there. She comes up to the finishing line at 12.174. Michaela, our first rider, 12.174. Sarah Hartstong comes up onto the track now, representing Cycling Southland. Sarah makes her way down the back straight now. Starting to lift it. Into the front straight. Lines it up for the finishing line. Sarah comes down. Time of 13.114. 13.114. Zadie Scott, G4 Cycling Club. Right, Zadie makes her way into the 200. Down to the finishing line, stops at a 13.037. Hazel Gardner from Te Awamutu Sports Cycling Club, next onto the track. Right, Hazel Gardner making her way into the final section. $12.721 for Hazel. Piper Newton from Bike Manawatu. So Piper starting to wind up now. Stops the clock at 12.376. 12.376. Fellow Bike Manawatu rider, Minnie Collins, next to go. Minnie hits the line strongly. Down the back straight, you'll get the split time there. 6.114. She heads down north towards the finishing line now to 12.438. 12.438. The last rider to go in this group, Cycling Southland member Riley Faulkner, the current New Zealand champion. Personal best time of 11.228. All eyes will be on Riley to see what she can do here. Winding up nicely. Sure, she'll need all the encouragement she can get. There she goes, Riley Faulkner. Good speed up through the 200. Riding strongly down the back straight. It's going to be close. Here she comes to the finishing line now. Down to the line. Looking at her time, 11.233. 1/100th of a second off her personal best, but still a mighty performance. 11.233 for Riley, very good time. The men's junior under 19 sprint qualifying. Zachary Willett from the G4 Cycling Club. First to go. A time of 11.077 for Zachary. Next up, Leighton Riley from Bike Manawatu. Distinctive green colours. Leighton Riley, Bike Manawatu, underway, here he goes. .306. Benjamin Murphy, representing the Te Awamutu Sports Cycling Club, next on the track. Benjamin starting to wind it up now. Winding it up strongly into the 200. Looking good. He swings up to the front line, to the finishing line. 10.780. Very good time. Miles Preener from the Counties Manukau Cycling. Next up. Right, Miles Preener makes his way into the 200. Time on. $10.888. Next rider up is Flynn Underwood from the Te Awamutu Sports Cycling. Flynn Underwood going well. Here he goes, lines up to come home. Stop the clock. Looks like a good time. 10.369. Fastest time so far with one rider remaining, and that is Alex Schuler from Te Awamutu. Alex Schuler underway nicely through the 200, looking strong. Into the front straight, down to the finishing line. Time there of 10.307. That brings us on now to event 25, the men's elite 4,000 metres individual pursuit qualifying. .4,000 metres, 16 laps of the track. The first two riders up this morning in the front straight will be Hunter Goff, representing Cycling Otago, and Tom Stevenson, representing Counties Manukau, will start out of the back straight. Right, Hunter Goff, you've been called to the front straight, please. Urgently. Right, both riders away safely. Hunter Goff coming through in the front straight. Tom Stevenson down the back straight. Hunter Goff goes through there with 10 laps remaining. Both riders out to record their own time for qualifying purposes. So Hunter Goff, 6-second advantage. With 2 laps remaining for Hunter Goff. You get the bell this time through. Tom Stevenson finishing in the back straight. Hunter Goff, 4:30.118. And a 4:39.0. And that time will be on the manual watch, so stand by. Next 2 riders up, Mitchell Fitzsimons and Zach Patterson. Mitchell starting in the front straight, Zach in the back. So both riders away safely there. Mitchell Fitzsimmons in the front straight, representing Southland, and Zach Patterson, Tiara Motor Sports Cycling Club, out of the back straight. Mitchell raced impressively last night in the 10K race, taking up the silver medal. See the riders as they go past their respective starting points. Not a great deal in it. Zach Patterson maybe up ever so slightly. Zach Patterson going very well here at the moment. He's up slightly over Mitchell Fitzsimmons. Three laps to go this time through for both riders. Patterson up. Can Fitzsimmons bring it home for the Southland team? But Patterson going strongly. Both get the bell. Patterson, 4:24 something. Just to wait on the confirmed times of that heat. Just confirming the times in the last event. Mitchell Fitzsimmons returned to time of 4:26.700 and Zach Patterson 4:24.960. Patterson 4:24.960 and Fitzsimmons 4:26.700. It brings on to the track now Oliver Watson-Palmer from the Te Awa Mutu Sports Club and Magnus Jameson from Cycling Southland in the back straight. Both riders away safely. Oliver Watson-Palmer out of the front straight, representing Te Awamutu Sports Club. And Magnus Jameson, representing Cycling Southland, who scored an impressive win last night in the scratch race. Nothing much in this one at all. Very close. The lead swapping each lap. So, contrary to the scoreboard, Magnus Jameson is ahead. So again, the scoreboard will revert to manual timings. So not much of this one. The naked eye shows it's pretty close. Both riders coming past their starting points now with 3 laps remaining. Looks like Watson-Palmer might be slightly ahead. Both riders will receive the bell this time through. Watson-Palmer in the front straight, Magnus Jameson in the back. Who can bring it home the strongest? Time will tell. Watson-Palmer comes into the finish and will stand by for those official times very shortly. Right, the next two riders on the track, James Gardner out of the presenting Cycling Otago in the front straight. Lucas Bimey for the county's Manukau. Just confirming the times for the previous heat. Oliver Watson Palmer did 4:28.144. Magnus Jameson 4:28.164. Lucas Bimmy going very well here over James Gardner, slightly ahead. Still a long way to go yet. Lucas Bimmy going well here. Three laps to go. Bimmy looking to record a good time here. 4:24.371. James Gardner stops the clock at 4:33.2. So the next two riders onto the track, Daniel Morton, representing the county's Manukau Cycling, who will start out of the front straight, and Hamish Keast, representing Canterbury's Track Cycling, out of the back straight. So County's Manukau, David up against Canterbury's Hamish Keast. Hamish Keast is coming through the front straight. Not a great deal in this. Morton slightly ahead. The gap starting to narrow a wee bit, coming through the halfway mark. Daniel Morton coming through the front straight. Hamish Keast down through the back. Not much in this at all. .750 metres remaining. Keast has a quick look across, sees he's a few lengths down. Both riders get the bell as they go into the last 250 metres of the journey. Keast looking to build, Morton slightly ahead here. Go past the halfway mark. Still nothing much of this. Morton hanging on grimly. Keast starting to come back at him. Morton finishing in the front straight.
Good ride, both riders there. Confirmed times in the last one. Daniel Morton, Counties Manukau, 4:21.553. Hamish Keast, 4:22.283. The last two riders away. Marshall Irwood from Cycling Southland up against Lucas Murphy from Te Awamutu. The last two riders in the men's elite 4,000 metres individual pursuit qualifying round. Southland rider started very strongly. Marshall Irwood. Marshall Irwood, Southland rider, coming through. An advantage at the moment over Lucas Murphy. Comes up through this time with 6 laps to go. Both riders getting encouragement from their coaches. The end of each straight. Urwood comes through with 750 metres remaining. Murphy coming back into it a wee bit. Marshall Urwood, though, sticking to his guns. Bell lap for both riders. So very good times there. 16.637 for Marshall Urwood and Lucas Murphy 4:18.064. So that's the end of the qualifying rounds for the men's elite pursuits. That brings us on now to the elite men's Keirin, round one. Talented line-up in Heat 1. Sam Dakin, representing Counties Manukau. Kaio Lart from Track Cycling Nelson. Jackson Russell from Te Awa Mutu Sports. Jack Gherkin and Ed Sims, both of Counties Manukau, all be the 5 riders. It'll start in Heat 1 of the men's elite Keirin. A slight pause here as the Keirin bike, which is crucial to this event, is being checked over. 4 experts around there trying to work out what's wrong, where to put the petrol in, but of course it's an electric bike, so I'd have to put a 5th person in there. Brussels sprout. All right, the riders have been called in this time for Heat 1, the men's elite Kieran. Right, receiving the starting instructions from, and the bike will be set in motion. Comes through at a controlled pace and gradually builds up speed over the 3 laps before the motorbike pace comes from the track, and then it's full-on sprint from there on in. Sam Dakin drawing the outside marble. Kyo Lart, Jackson Russell on there too, Jack Gherkin, Ed Sims following the bike, Kyo Lart on the trail. They stay in that order. And that motorbike will come off the track. 3 laps remaining. So the pace slowly picking up. The first 3 go to the final, and the rest go to the 7 to 11 final. Right, the bike up to the speed now, and the race is on. Here we go, 3 laps remaining. Sam Dakin just quite happy to sit back and have a good look at them from the rear. 500 metres, there's Kyo Lart, the first to make a move on the outside. Jackson Russell chasing around. The pace really on now. They're racing for the 2nd and 3rd placing this one. Sam Dakin. No problems there. Kaio Lart and Jackson Russell, 3 qualifiers. Right, the second heat makes its way onto the track now. Canterbury's Dylan Day. Luke Blackwood from Counties Manukau. And Louis Valletta, also from Counties. Jared Mann from Hamilton City Cycling Club. Ryan Hansen from Te Awamutu. And Daniel Shepherd from the Port Nicholson Paniki Cycling Club. They are the 6 riders that'll make up the second heat. Again, the first 3 riders to qualify go through to the 1 to 6 final, and the other 3 go through to the 7 to 11 final. Nick Stevens giving the riders the instructions, and the bike is underway. Heat number 2. Very musical start to the start of heat 2 there from Nick. Dylan Day takes up his position behind the bike. The rest of them stay in the order that were drawn. And the bike comes off the track with 3 laps remaining. Daniel Shepherd sitting there in the second wheel. Bit of movement as the bike comes off the track now. It's all watching. Cat and mouse game. Dylan Day leads them down. They're coming this time with 2 laps to go. The move is starting to come from the back rather quickly now. Luke Blackwood makes his way towards the front. Dylan Day still on his wheel. Daniel Shepherd right there. Anybody's race. They come through this time with the bell. Daniel Shepherd from Luke Blackwood. Down the back straight they go. Shepherd, Blackwood moves up on the outside there, looking for a run on the inside, but Daniel Day out wide and forward's going to get down to the wire. We'll await the placings on that one. Remember, the first 3 riders go through. The rest go to the B final. Just confirming the placings in that second heat. Number 7, Luke Blackwood took it out. Dylan Day got up to get second place. Number 23, who was Jared Mann from the Hamilton City Cycling Club, was third. So those three will go through to join the others in the main final. The rest will go through to the B final. Right, this now brings us on to the Women's Junior Under-19, round 1 of the sprint. Event number 27, Michaela McDonald from the Track Cycling Nelson up against Cycling Southland member Sarah Hartstone. Game of cat and mouse here as Hartstone chooses to hold her opponent. Michaela McDonald up the track. Hartstone kicks, hits the bell. McDonald comfortably onto a wheel. Down the back straight, McDonald goes across Hartstone, heads towards the judges. First one up, Michaela McDonald. So Michaela McDonald goes through to the next round. The next two riders up on the track, Piper Newton, Bike Manor 2, and Zadie Scott from G-Force Cycling. Zadie Scott on the front, rolls up the track, lets her opponent roll through on the inside. That's Piper Newton. Newton gets the nice drop off the bank. Scott looking to chase her down and get onto her back wheel, which she does, going down the back straight. Has she got the speed to come across the top? The Manor 2 rider leading out. She comes into the front straight. Piper Newton takes that one out. She goes through to the next round. In Heat 3, we Minnie Collins from Bike Manor 2 and Hazel Gardner from Te Awa Mutu Sports Cycling. Hazel on the inside and Minnie up on the fence. Last instructions from the handlers and coaches. A sedate pace as they go down the back straight, considering what's the future's going to be. Gardner on the front. Collins standing her up a few lengths at the moment. 2 laps to go. Collins up high on the track. Collins gets a nice drop underneath. Comes through with the bell. The Manua 2 rider goes for home. Gardner starts to get onto a wheel and starts to get up outside it. Collins fighting back on the inside here. Gardner goes up shoulder to shoulder as they line up the front straight into the run to the judges. Gardner on the outside and Collins. Gardner too strong. So the next event up, the men's junior under-19 sprint round 1. Benjamin Murphy coming onto the track from Te Ama Mutu Sports. His opponent here will be Leighton Riley from Bike Manua 2. So the winner will go through, obviously. So this will be between Benjamin Murphy and Leighton Riley. Murphy and Riley, a wee bit close and personal up at the fence there. Maybe a little too close. While the handlers check the bikes, obviously the track crew Glenn Thompson up there checking the damage to the track. Just have a slight pause while that is checked out. So a restart has been ordered. Take two. Benjamin Murphy bounces back up onto the track. Leighton Riley from Manawatu 2. A rerun of the first heat. Unfortunate fall. Righto, here we go. Instructions from Nick Stevens. And set to start again. Heat number 1, Benjamin Murphy from Te Awamutu up against Leighton Riley from Bike Manawatu 2. Right, underway again. Murphy and Riley. So Murphy takes the lead down the front straight, heading towards the back. Riley off him by a little bit here, but Benjamin Murphy looks like he's going the best of good things. Goes through to take a comfortable win and make his way through to the next round. And the second semi-final comes onto the track now. Miles Preener from Counties Manukau Cycling up against Zachary Willett from the G4 Cycling Club. Zachary Willett from the G4 Cycling Club. And Miles Preener from the Counties Manukau Cycling. Trying to hold him up, but Preener goes to the lead. Willett trying desperately to get onto the trail. Just a few lengths off, but starting to come back in a bit. At the moment, it's Preener down the back straight. Willett starting to come back in a bit. Preener on the inside. Good ride. Miles Preener makes his way through to the final. That brings us on to event 29, the girls under 17, 5,000 metre scratch race final. 12 competitors. Starting up on the fence, Lily Keast from Canterbury Track, Amy Free from Canterbury Track, Sophie Best from Cycling South Canterbury, Sienna McPherson from Cycling Southend, Alexa Newton from Bike Manor 2, and Holly Lancaster also from Bike Manor 2. Down on the inside, Emma Crawford from Canterbury Track, Eliza McKenzie, Canterbury, Manor 2 rider Cassidy Compton, Casey Brake from Canterbury Track Cycling, Violetta Dacre from Canterbury Cycling, and also Genevieve Here from Cycling Southland. 20 laps, 5 kilometres. A strong Canterbury representation in there. Also 3 Manor 2 riders. Cycling Southland. So they're underway. 20 laps. At a state pace as they each sort themselves out. Using up all of the track. As the Canterbury girls now start to make their way to the front. Bike Manor 2, keeping an eye on them though, all the same. Emma Crawford leads them through. Pace quickens a wee bit now as they start to sort themselves out. Come through this time with 15 laps remaining. Amy Free takes them through to the front, but gives away the lead pretty quickly too. Nobody wanting to do all the work at the moment. I'm sure you'll see the pace quicken as the race progresses. The Canterbury train starting to push through on the inside. A lot of cat and mouse going at the stage. The Canterbury rider starting to make a little bit of a break on the field, but the Manawatu rider chasing it down. It's Emma Crawford. The rest of the field quite content just to let them go at the moment, but things will change. Cassidy Compton, bike Manawatu rider, just stretches the legs a wee bit as they go down the back straight, and they'll come in this time with 11 laps remaining. Amy Free and Emma Crawford up there with her. The rest of the Canterbury riders starting to chase up now, show a bit of interest. Lily Keith decides to take a bit of a fly around the front, opens up a sizable sort of a gap. Has a wee bit of a look round over shoulder and see who's chasing. It gives the lead away. The field been reduced down now to 7 riders and 2 chasing. The pace slows off again, gives those other 2 chasing riders a chance to get back into the field. Emma Crawford, chased down there by the Cassidy Compton, the West Coast rider, but not convincing as yet, is not prepared to carry on with it. The field comes pretty well back together again with the main bunch stars. They come through this time with 3 to go. Sophie Best. Still many chances. 9 riders left in the main group. Bit of a move on there from Eliza McKenzie. And there's sizable gaps been broken. The 2 Canterbury girls riding away here. Into the bell lap. Canterbury looks like they're going to prevail here. Looks like another Canterbury trifecta. No doubt about that. Lily Keast takes out that event quite convincingly. Right, just confirming those places there. Lily Keast from Canterbury takes out the event. Eliza McKenzie, also from Canterbury, second. And Amy Free, also of Canterbury, first, second and third. Good rides by the Canterbury girls. Brings us on now to event 30. Boys under 17, 5,000 metre points race, qualifying heat. All right, the under 17 boys, 5,000 metre, heat 1, qualifying. Right, a points race, so over 5 kilometres, 20 laps. The sprints, 4 sprints every 5 laps. The riders, as they cross the line, accumulate the points. 5, 3, 2 and 1 for the placings. So some young talent coming through here. The under 17 boys grades, good to see good fields. They come in for the first sprint. Riley Crampton, looks like he took out the first sprint there. So he gets the 5 points. So Riley Crampton from the Canterbury cycling team took out the first sprint. Jamie Henderson was second from Te Awamutu. Benson Boys from Cycling South was third, as you'll see on the board there, and Remy Dalton took out the fourth placing. Bit of a gap opened up here now. Here comes the bell for the second lap. So the field split quite badly here. It's a very interesting stage now. So some valuable points being picked up. So the front bunch starting to come back together again. Just wait for the confirmation of the sprints there in sprint number 2. Remy Dalton, rider 132, took first place. Max Allen second. Angus Sims third. And Riley Crampton fourth. So on the fourth and final sprint, there'll be double points awarded. So they'll be all sitting waiting for that one too. So Max Allen puts his head out in front. Grieve chasing. Benson Boys, the Southland rider, is going to pick up some points. So the field disintegrating a little bit in heat 1. So of the heat, there's only 3 riders to miss out, so they won't be trying too hard perhaps. They know that the 3 riders are out the back. Sprint 3, Daniel Grieve, Max Allen, Remy Dalton and Benson Boys take out the points. We've got a final sprint coming up in a couple of laps. And double points are carried on that. So heading in this time to the bell. So Angus Sims. So a good lineup coming up here for the final sprint. So the rider's just quite comfortable to go down to the finishing line, knowing that they've qualified for the final later. Final points up on the board from Heat 1. This is Heat 2 underway now. 5,000 metres, points race, qualifying. So of the field, there's only 3 riders to miss out. Carter Payne leading them through. So they come through to get the first bell. Oliver Keast right up there in the Canterbury colours. Keast takes the first heat out. Alex Botha right up there beside him. Handy too is Cole Feringa. Oliver Keast, Alex Botha, Cole Feringa and Nicholas Smith take out the first points. Points on the board, very important in this race because there's only 3 riders to come from the field. That'll miss out on going through to the finals. Jack Allen taking a flyer from the Counties Manukau team. Oliver Keast goes up quickly. Oliver Keast will take that one out. Alex Botha right up there close in second place. The field starting to stretch a bit now. Oliver Keast, Alex Botha, Nicholas Smith and Jack Allen. 4 placings in the Heat 2 in the second heat, second sprint. The field settles down again as they make their way this time with 8 laps remaining. Catch their breath in time for the third sprint. Johnny Peel from Manawatu leads them through for a short time. Coming for third sprint. Carter Payne takes that one out. Cole Feringa second. Jack Allen third. So there's only 9 riders left now, so it's a pretty clear cut. But being under 17 boys, they'll be still wanting to race. So Carter Payne confirmed as the winner of the third sprint. Cole Feringa, Jack Allen and Johnny Peel take the points with only 1 sprint remaining, double points on the last. So the final sprint underway. George Benji Shaler taking first place there. So the confirmation of placings in the second heat up on the board. As we now have a medal presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony for the 2025 Track National Championships Under-17 Girls Scratch Race will now take place. The medals will be presented by Ray Robinson, Life Member of Cycling Southland. In third place, and winner of the bronze medal, Amy Free, representing Canterbury Track Cycling. In second place, and winner of the silver medal, representing Canterbury Track, Eliza McKenzie. And in first place, and the winner of the gold medal and the 2025 Under-17 Girls Scratch Race event, national champion, representing Canterbury Track Cycling, Lily Keast. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the place getters in the 2025 Track National Championships.
So just as we get ready for the girls under 15 time trial, we have a little bit of a clip here. We might have seen it yesterday. Some great racing been going on around the country. This is one place where it's been. Awesome track down in Wanganui down there a couple of weeks ago. Super host down there, put on a great event. If you're ever up that way, by all means, go and check out the new track, or the new old track, whichever way you like to look at it. So the wooden track outdoors. It's fantastic. Super hot day there. A couple of times we've been there. Some other great racing around. Canterbury Carnival, I didn't get down to that one this year, but they always put on a good show. A bit of racing around Wellington, I believe. Southland had the grass racing the other day. You can't argue with that. So been plenty on. So get out there, support your clubs, rope in your mates, go and ride with your mates, everything in between. Looks like they're just putting out the gates here. It looks like we might be just doing front straight. No, I see this back straight gate going out here shortly. So should be underway. According to my sheet, we have 3 heats, 2 riders on both sides in the under 15 girls, then under 15 boys, 7 heats. That'll take us into the under 19 men's scratch race and women's elite elimination. So switch it over. There we go. Trying to do about 5 different things at once, and I'll leave you back to the commentary.
Right, that brings us on now. Event 31, the girls under 15, 500 metre time trial final. First heat, Eden Break, Canterbury Track Cycling, up against Catalina Williams, also from Canterbury Track Cycling. Eden starting in the front straight, Catalina in the back. I could eat one of those and talk. Right, the first heat underway. Eden Break out of the front. Catalina Williams, the back straight, both from Canterbury Cycling. Two laps, racing against the clock. That's the first heat. Eden Break, 43.433. Catalina Williams, 43.969. The second heat up, Mackenzie Crampton from Canterbury Cycling and Holly White from G-Force Cycling. Mackenzie starting in the front straight, Holly in the back. Right, both riders away safely. Mackenzie Crampton from the front straight, Holly White from the back. 2 laps, flat out. So Mackenzie Crampton, 42.815. Holly White, 46.625. Mackenzie with the fastest time so far. Brings us on now to the final heat. The front straight, Lucia Boys. Cycling Southland, Trinity Skirton from the G-Force Cycling Club. Right, off they go. Lucia Boys in the front straight, Trinity Skirton in the back. Oops, a bit of a false start over there by the sounds of it. So Lucy Boys coming down to finish her ride. A time of 40.137. Right there for Emily. She's on the way, the safety this time. Goes through and gets the bow with 1 lap remaining. .46.0. So Lucia Boys.
No, they rewrite again this afternoon, I think.
Right, on to event 32, the boys under 15s 500 metre trials. So the fastest 8 riders go through to the next round. And up first is Kingsley McGuigan from the Port Nicholson Paniki Cycling Club, riding on his own. Kingsley McGuigan coming into the finishers 500 metre time trial. 38.034. So the fastest 8 riders go through to the next round. So up onto the track on the front straight from Te Awa Mutu Sports Cycling Club is Leo Henderson, and representing this track cycling in the back straight, Noah Eden. Both riders away safely. Leo Henderson in the front, Noah Eden in the back straight. 2 laps, flat out. Both coming this time to get the bell. So Leo Henderson recording a time of 37.925. Noah Eden 40.399. Next onto the track, E.G. Hahn from Cycling Southland up against Noah Zwies, clubmate from Cycling Southland also. Both riders underway. Hahn from the front straight, Zwies from the back straight. Both go through and get the bell, not much in it. So time through. Hahn's time 43.494, Zwies 42.049. Was this? All right, next heat up. Fionn Fortune Harris from Cycling Southland up against Hunter McIntyre from the G-Force Club in the back straight. Fortune Harris in the front straight. Close go here. Right, Fortune Harris's time, 42.829. McIntyre's time, 43.575. Heat 5 coming onto the track sees Zach Hibbs cycling Southland in the front straight up against Sean Clark, also from cycling Southland in the back straight. Right, Zach Hibbs away from the front straight, Sean Clark from the back. Good starts. Coming down to the finish. Not much in this one. And Zach Hibbs returns a time of 40.452. And Sean Clark, 40.881. Puts them in 4th and 5th spot at this moment, respectively. Remember, the top 8 go through. Heat 6, the front straight, representing Canterbury Track Cycling, Rafe Dacre and Eli Dimbleby in the back straight, also from Canterbury Cycling. Both riders away safely, both Canterbury riders. Rafe Dacre from the front straight, Eli Dimbleby from the back. Second to last heat in the 500 metre boys under 15 time trial. So Rafe Dacre returns a time of 39.149. Eli Dimbleby, 38.849. Third and fourth spots with one heat remaining. front straight, Liam O'Day from Bike Manor 2 up against George Kavanagh from Canterbury Track Cycling in the back straight. The final heat, the top 8 on times to go through. Liam O'Day away from the front straight. George Kavanagh away safely from the back straight. Looking to make their way into the top 8 placings. Good fast starts. So we'll just have to get some manual timers on both those ones.
So the manual times coming through there in heat number 7. Here of Bike Manor 2, 37.321, 37.321. George Kavanagh with a 38.679, 38.679. So the riders roll off for their neutral lap here in the scratch race for the under-19s over 7.5k, 30 laps. Pretty straightforward. Just want to be first rider across the line at the end of it. Of course, weekends also, with this sort of a distance, there is that opportunity to lap the field as well. Good sized field to contested here for the under-19s. Dalton, Grieve, Free, Wallace, Janelle, Johnston, Ballards, Willett and Clark were all the riders up on the railing. Quan, Parrish, Wyatt, Turnbull, Crawford, Blythe, Madden, White. We're going to get all the riders on the lower reaches of the track as we now roll through with a good steady sort of pace. Well performed riders already over day one of the competition out there. Of course, great battle in the individual pursuit final last night between Grieve and Dalton at Seasword, and the Otago rider Grieve ultimately taking that out. He sits there in the fields about 2/3 of the way back, in fact about midway mark. There's the pace being poured on at the front here, and very quickly making life difficult for 1 or 2 as they try to quickly settle into the rhythm of the race. David Quan heading up nice and high. He'll be the sort of man to keep a close eye on it. We know he's got a very quick finish. If it come down to that bunch kick at the end, number 79, cruising towards the rear of the field. An interesting mix of riders in here, where some will be looking purely for the sprint finish, whereas others will be looking for that opportunity to try and slip off the front at any stage. 1 or 2 gaps occurring in there, so riders will very quickly find those for themselves and jump on in. They won't hesitate to get themselves into a position that they feel is a lot further up in the field rather than being stuck towards the very rear of it. Not a lot of cohesion yet at this point in time in this field, as riders that are sort of spreading all over the track there. You can feel a little bit of nerves out there amongst them in this scratch event as they try to settle into things. This will certainly assist them going into those who are riding the points race later in the week's competition as they adjust to the variety of different riders that they're contesting with here. 23 laps to go. Again, special welcome to all those following the live stream here today as we see Canterbury charge down on the inside here and put some pressure on. Looks like Jesse Johnston, man to do so. He'd be a man that you're going to watch very carefully. He disappears off the front, and Jack Madden also of Cycling Southland in the mix there with him as we get a quartet together, and we see a few riders now desperately trying to get themselves across to the front of the race. And the 2 Canterbury riders, and Jesse, of course, off the fronts for a significant amount of time in the recent under-19 men's road race in Timaru. They only come with a few K to go. He's a familiar figure here in the Deep South for a lot of the track and road competitions. So keen to try and stretch the field, and he's done exactly that. As we see a few of the riders now struggling a wee bit there towards the rear of the fields. They'll be hoping for the ease of pace up towards the front so they can jump back on in there, and things do start to ease slightly in the main bunch as riders scramble across. But then another counter attack occurs again, but not quite hitting it out that hard as Canterbury coming out with a plan, putting another rider off the front here to try and make life challenging for all those involved. That would be Free, Andre Free, there, number 74. You can see one of his teammates further on back, so you know he won't be being chased by him. Grieve of Otago takes over the front of the main bunch here. As we see the field just keeping it good and steady at this moment. They have eliminated a handful of riders, some of which were doing a lot of the work early on the piece. And may well have just burnt the old legs off a little bit here, but looks like 3 riders are going to be caught here very shortly with Ben Wyatt, Jack Madden. They'll be heading up high here in a moment. White heading up high, number 87. He's also being lapped by the fields. 86 sitting in there, and the blue colours, Hamish Wallace and that's third in the recent New Zealand Criterium Championships. See a few of these riders have been down this way for a lot of both road and track racing. A number of them continuing the 4 days worth of racing in Invercargill, which included a couple of days on the track with the respective wheel races, as well as the New Zealand Criterium Champs and also Custom Canvas Watson's Gorda Invercargill. So a bit of spreading across the fields here as they head down into the back straights. And again, a mix of commitment and non-commitment there by one or two riders to try and drag things on through here. They're about to catch one of the riders who was on the front for a fair bit early on. So now just being collected in, number 90. And here we go. Here's last night's pursuit champion going off the front and pouring on some pressure here. So Joshua Grieve, number 82, and very quickly opens a significant gap on the fields here. So they're going to have to really scramble here, because I know this guy's more than happy to be time trialling out in front. We saw that last night. He's got Ben Crawford of Canterbury with him, number 73 there in the red and black colours, as they head down the back straights. And you can see now the likes of Dalton and co realising they're going to need to get onto the front and try and shut this down for the danger of the Otago man. So certainly hearts and mouths there for one or two riders, and that has exploded the field and got rid of further riders here. As we look to what's remaining in the main bunch, a few riders may well be called off by the commissaires as they get lapped through the race, as the main bunch now puts the brakes on a bit. So as to just ease it off, probably the quietest it's been for quite some time as we approach now some 7 laps to go. So opportunities, of course, when these sort of things happen and people catch their breath, and Canterbury call out to each other, let's go, and we put ourselves in 1, 2 and 3 position. But then, no, the hesitation as Free heads up there with his 2 teammates. So rest of the bunch now, everyone just trying to rearrange themselves with 5 laps to go. Real commitment at the point in time. Jono Blythe just rolling towards the front. A couple of Canterbury riders keeping tabs on things out the front here as we see a bit of a move from underneath. It's a bit crowded in the bunch there as riders try to find wheels to go on. David Kwan, he's staying patient there. He's decided he's going to let others do the chasing. Of course, that's one of his teammates heading off, so there's no way you're going to see the likes of him going up to Hunter Ballard. And Ballard at the moment got the lead, but that's about to be swallowed up. As Jesse goes now, Jesse Johnston again putting the pressure on now with 3 laps to go. They know this is a serious challenge, so who's going to commit to it? Or are we going to all look at each other and hope that somehow magically we're going to catch them? Oh, there's a bit of a swing up the track there, and they're giving the opportunity. I'll tell you what, this is going to have to be a huge effort. Jesse Johnston could be on his way to a national title here because no one else has reacted. They've left it very late. And the ones that should have been there have only just arrived at the front as Jesse digs deep now. Can he do it? He tried it at the Road National Championships. Can he do it here? It's Dalton and Kwan that are doing the chasing. Grieve is in there as well. Jesse Johnson is desperately trying to hold on. Here they come as he tries to hold on to it all the way to the line. And Jesse Johnson will take it on out there. A fantastic effort. Just holding on there. They didn't time it to perfection. They came close, but a well-deserved victory there from the man from Canterbury Track Cycling to take out the under-19 scratch race. Folks, would you give it up for Jesse Johnson, your national champion? And that's how it's done. Commitment to it there. A lot of hesitation in the field. As we said, some of them should have been up towards the front earlier than that when they know the caliber of these sorts of riders here, but they were just hoping that someone else would do the work for them, as we've seen time and time again in cycling. But Jesse taking full advantage. Does not take it away from him. Dug deep and takes out a fine victory here on day 2 of these New Zealand Track Cycling Championships. So underway now for the elite women's elimination. So they'll roll through with the neutral lap. So Sammy Donnelly out there, number 42, Milne, the pursuit winner. Number 55, Lucy Ree, 43, Ferenga, 48, 51, Milne. Shearman, 41, Wolferton, 45, Sykes, 44. So another good quality fields here. Of course, every second lap a rider at the rear of the field to be eliminated. Back wheel. You can see very quickly a few riders just pushing themselves up towards the front. Don't want to get caught out towards that rear of the group there. Ferenga now moving herself, number 48, because she was in that dangerous sort of a zone here. Of course, the shortest way home, the inside, but not always the safest place. 5-1, 51. 5-1, 51. So Olivia Milne getting caught out that time round. It was fairly close between her and one other rider. So you can see them pouring on the pace, and a few riders having a look over their shoulders and all of a sudden realizing, wait a minute, there's no one else there. They've just come sweeping around the outside of me here. So riders having to very quickly scramble themselves further up in proceedings to hope they'll survive. 4-3, 43 is eliminated. 43. So Lucy Reeve, the Canterbury rider, getting eliminated this time through. So the bell once again indicating for the riders this is a sprint lap here, as number 44, one of the other Canterbury riders, trying to get herself quickly into position here and avoids the judges, but it's number 47, 47, 47. So Bayard this time round, Hannah Bayard there of Counties Manukau Cycling, getting the call from the judges. So 6 riders now remaining in this Elite Women's Elimination Final. Meanwhile, the same sort of riders just hovering towards the front of the fields here and controlling things at all times. Emily Sherman there in the limey green colours. Milne, the pursuit winner, down on the inside of her. 4-8, 48. 4-8, 48. So Tegan Ferenga this time round for Counties Manukau is Milne. Controlling things down on the inside, done a lot of work on the front. So the 3 Cantabrians now will be really looking at how they're going to position themselves as Donnelly comes towards the front. So a couple of the New Zealand representatives up towards the front there. A number of these riders already been on the podium after day 1. As we head round here in day 2, the session in the morning just about completed before we head back into it this afternoon at 5 o'clock. 5-5, 55. 55 is eliminated. So Mackenzie Milne there of Te Awamutu. We are down to the 4 riders. So Sherman in the green, up against 3 of the Canterbury riders. Donnelly being one of those, sitting on her wheel, just coming out on the outside, number 42. Also sitting up towards the front there, Maya Wolferton, number 45, but she's being rolled here by the entire group. And Wolferton now got herself in a very dangerous position down on the insides. 4-5, 45. 4-5, 45. Maya Wolferton is eliminated. And we are now down to the medals. So sitting on the fronts here as they come on through is Sherman controlling it. Sammy Donnelly sitting into second position here at this point in time. Amelia Sykes in third wheel. So a lot of experience out there on the track between the 3 of them. As they head through once again, Sykes goes on the outside, or tries to, and realizes the legs aren't reacting the way I want them to. And 44, Amelia Sykes eliminated. But will be on the podium there for the medal. There's the top 2 riders now. Sherman on the front, up against Donnelly. And they'll get the bell this time through here for this elimination final. Oh, nice move there by the Cantabrian Donnelly. She gets the initial kick off, but Sherman, she's getting straight over top of that gear. We saw her come flying home last night. Here she comes around the outside. Sherman now challenging Donnelly. Donnelly trying to hold her on up, but it looks like Sherman's going to have too much pace, and she will hold on to take the win from Donnelly there in the Elite Women's Elimination Final here on day 2 of the New Zealand Track Championships.
Okay, so there's just a medal ceremony to go. So it's That concludes the racing. Just a medal ceremony to go here for the men's junior under 19 scratch race, the women's elite elimination. Should be on momentarily. And then that will conclude session 3 here on Tuesday morning. I believe it's 5 o'clock for session 2. And once again, there'll be a great deal of super racing. Great to have everyone out there watching wherever you are around the countrysides and overseas. I know there's a few Aussie people watching. Adam's over in Sydney there. Not sure if he's listening in. And certainly people from around New Zealand. And hopefully we're getting enough coverage for you to enjoy the racing that's coming to you live from Invercargill. We'll just take a break and we'll come back to the medal presentations as soon as they get underway.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Righto, very soon we'll be having the medal presentations.
Not too far away now. It looks like everyone's starting to get close to the podium. Special shout out to Phyllis. Here in Invercargill, I have some of her cookies and I'm not sharing them with anyone. Special treat for us at the streaming desk. Managed to come my way. That's Maggie's grandmother here in Southland. It's great for them to have the champs down here. Special shout out to all the clubs that are here. You might have seen the Wanganui clip that we put together for the Wanganui club and the track. Anyone's got a clip from their club, we're welcome to get it to me. Promote some of your racing in your clubs. We'll put some stuff up there. We've got a week, got another 10 sessions. Anyways, here we go. Looks like we're underway. So enough for me and back to them.
Will now take place. The medals will be presented by Ray Robinson, life member of Cycling Southland. In third place and winner of the bronze medal representing Counties Manukau, David Kwong. In second place and winner of the silver medal representing Cycling Otago, Joshua Grieve. And in first place, the winner of the gold medal and the men's junior under 19 7,500 metres scratch event, national champion, representing Canterbury Track Cycling, Jesse Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the place getters in the 2025 Track National Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremonies for the 2025 Track National Championships Women's Elimination will now take place. Medals will be presented by Ray Robinson, life member of Cycling Southland. In third place and winner of the bronze medal representing Canterbury Track, Amelia Sykes. In second place and winner of the silver medal representing Canterbury Track, Sammy Donnelly. First place and winner of the gold medal and the 2025 Women's Elite Elimination National Champion, representing bike number 2, Emily Sherman. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the place getters in the 2025 Track National Championships. And we'll be back here at 5 p.m. this afternoon for the next session.
Thanks, everyone. That concludes our session here for the morning on Tuesday. Session 3, as mentioned, back here for session 4, 5 o'clock. I hope you can join us then.